on the very, very foot that 1500 years ago to Princess Hot, her brothers bore unto the throne. Their mother cried, when no one really likes their offspring fighting to the death. She begged him stop the slaughter with her every breath, but sure enough, one brother died. Sad beyond belief, she told her when son you have caused the trees. I can't believe this is the downhill, trying to explain how things are grieving, but try and make the word of peace could satisfy the queen. And so he asked the wisest men he knew the way to lessen her distress. They told him he'd be pretty certain to impress by using model soldiers on a checkered board to show it was his brother's fault. They thus invented Chuck!
Night, and they found the sophistication. Don't be fooled, Molotov. American media star has no intention of losing for Russia. Who is that woman? Florence Vassy. For the past 7 years, Frederick Trump was just playing second. A Hungarian-born orphan immigrated as an infant from Budapest, adopted and raised in Connecticut, a Yale graduate. She's an excellent chess player in her own right, I might add. Now, several years ago, she and Trump were lovers, and whether they are lovers still. You mean there are things the KGB does not know? But we do know something about your taste in women, Anatoly. Perhaps the two of you should be introduced. I don't need the KGB to be my lonely heart's club. Think of the psychological advantage. Oh, please. Only trying to help. For now, I am merely a chess second, like the lovely Florence Vassy.
Vassy? Vassy? Is she perhaps related to the former Hungarian chess champion?
His daughter.
If you are aware that her father died in the Budapest prison during the '56 revolt.
Checkmate! Freddie has just defeated the previously unbeaten Textron computer in only 1 moves. We'd like to invite you now across the lobby to the second side room to champagne and coffee. We're going to watch the world champ play 6 international masters simultaneously while blindfolded.
Sergeyevsky, if you're out there, I have just one message for you, my friend. You better come to play chess.
Dixon, we don't sometimes to be drama. We won't get caught in that trap. We were losing reflex on it all. Don't give me that trap.
No one else does, and I take the path if I lose.
It's not quite so simple. The rumors to me, we're always playing. We're not merely sportsmen.
Oh, please, don't stop talking at all. Party line. Yes, I know. It's your job. But just get up. Seems to be young chess playing chess in the same 24 hours to begin. That is if you want to win.
One game is not sufficient. We have to know. We have to be sure. Always have a weakness. And it is that woman, the one who gets those his queen is before. The best moves are always away from the chessboard. But we have to see it your way. Take her and you'll win the game.
Who needs a dream? Who needs ambition? Who would be the fool in my position? Once I had dreams, now they're obsessions. Hopes became lovers' possessions, then they move in, oh so discreetly, slowly at first, smiling too sweetly. I open doors, they
tournament semi-finalist of my student chess club in Kharkov, and I was wondering if you might...
Nikolai! I'm sorry. You are very tired. Maybe later.
On behalf of the King and the people of Thailand and the International Chess Federation, I wish to welcome the world to the magnificent city of Bangkok and the World Chess Championship. Mr. Frederick Trump of the United States presents against the challenge of the Soviet Union, Mr. Anatoly Sergeyev. Let me take this opportunity also to thank the Bangkok International Hotel for providing us with this magnificent rooftop ballroom.
Nice remarks.
Mr. Trump, my name is Kofi Obey. My homeland is Nigeria. I am the arbiter of this match. Our format is simple. The first player to obtain 6 game victories over his opponent will be declared champion. These are my assistants, officials who will see that the rules of the match are followed and that order prevails. Will the players and seconds please approach?
Well, it's great to be back in the World Championship. It's been 2 years since my last big match, and it's going to feel great to keep the title. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Monaco. You speak English, I understand.
Good morning, Miss Bassett. My pleasure. Permit me to introduce our champion, Anatoly Sergeyevsky.
Hello. Do not put much faith in my handlers, Miss Vassy. They're not worth your trust. I hope you have Freddy on the short leash today.
Freddie generally takes himself out for walks.
And take this opportunity to offer your man a rematch.
Isn't that a little premature? You haven't even sat across the table yet.
As the Russians say, patience is a virtue. Why waste time?
Enough pictures. Shall we proceed? I'm available to consider rematch.
We'd like to make a point.
I'm hopeful that the new spirit of conciliation between two great nations will extend itself to a simple game. Miss Vassy.
That spirit is very much alive, Mr. Obey. For the first time in the history of Freddie Trumper's title defenses, we will make no objections.
Mr. Malakov!
The Soviet delegation has reason to believe that the American player's chair contains a communication device and therefore objects to the constitution of the chair.
That's preposterous. Both chairs were made in Sweden with non-aligned aluminum.
Objection swiftly overruled. On behalf of the television companies, I'd like to ask permission for a few key commercial supporters of the game to set up sales booths around the arena. Mr. Corson, the trade show of chess products within the hotel's convention hall isn't enough for you. Well, considering the tremendous investment made in that live satellite hookup, it seems... Mr. Corson, for a moment, could we behave ourselves with the dignity the occasion demands? Good. Let the preparations for the match begin. And the duty is removed. At the start of the match. On behalf of all us brothers, I'm to which I can pay us the cash. I will kill your champion. When this is me. I know if I'm black or white, and you, I'm on the case, I'm the equal. The injection is no rule. Let's not be out and turn it on the rest. I'll be right on your back. I will jump on all the pins from the map if I don't invite you. I'm on the case, I'm the equal. The injection is overruled. Yes, I'm the arbiter, I will pass.
Distinguished
What honor can someone even half as civilized and nice as you be part of such a self-destructive point of view? I only praise you what you're worth. I call this tune no one's immune to my power once in that hall.
In that case, I must ask you why you now decide over after all.
I'm not getting rich. My only interest is in something which gives me the chance of working with the best.
I can only say, I hope your dream comes true too. That far-off day, I hope you cope with helping number two.
Never distinguish me as he
Come on, love, you're gonna
Let it be from the baby of this book. Oh,
Miss Massey,
Miss,
it is time for explanations.
let's look at it this way, gentlemen. Mr. Trumper will consent to resume the match only if Mr. Stavrievsky abstains from eating yogurt. In addition, Freddie will require an apology for this
This is the message that I want to send to both sides. The game is greater than the players. Tomorrow morning, I expect to see two of them at the table. Now, I'm going to withdraw to leave the three of you to resolve your differences. Good day.
It seems my taste in dairy products has produced an international incident. My friend, in the spirit of Malta, why can't we just play chess?
You have the nerve to ask me that.
I am a chess settler.
Bullshit. The State Department briefed us about you before we came in, Marlowe. And I'm sure you, of all people, are thoroughly aware of my family background.
I was briefed by you myself, Miss
So
Watson.
don't give me any further reasons to hate you. And don't think for a moment we don't know who controls the momentum of this match. Freddie walks out and says you cheated. Who wouldn't believe him? We'll come out on top, and the two of you will be on the first plane back to Moscow. And I hear Moscow is lovely this time of year. You need only apologize, because without an apology, I'm not certain I can convince Freddie to return to the game.
Well, would this meeting have to be public, Sergeyevsky? Would it? You can't possibly agree to this.
Not necessarily public, like everything else is set and can be negotiated.
This meeting will take place only over my most strenuous objections.
As you can see, I lean heavily on the advice of Comrade Molotov. Therefore, I will consent to this meeting only if seconds from both sides are present. That means you, Ms. Vassy.
Fully aware of my position in this match. Your generosity surprises me, Mr. Sergeyevsky. As a gesture of conciliation, I'll permit you to suggest a place.
I know a private restaurant.
I know restaurants too, my love.
Perfect. Shall we choose? I have a Bangkok food guy.
It's mine.
They're the same guy.
We have something in common.
We opened Viewpoint.
Agreed?
Make the third revolt the one you
The
touched.
fourth.
The second. Okay.
The generous soul Terrace Bar.
An auspicious name.
What a coincidence.
It's in the hotel. It sounds
fine.
wonderful. A lot of nerve these people have, you know. Yo, you start to go a bit cuckoo after a while. I mean, chess is a violent sport. David, listen to me. The chances of getting Freddie to pose for a photo with a Russian are less than zero. Unless you're talking about the cover. Now that would be different, wouldn't it?
Where's Freddie?
Trying to like. Look, Freddie will give you 20 minutes on the phone if we get the cover. And a look at the copy before publication.
Shut up, please.
No, we realize a free publication will use a sensitive issue. But if you can let Cher airbrush her mustache, you can sure as hell let Freddie Trump. What the hell are you doing? That was trying to light. It took you 20 minutes to make that connection.
Where did he go?
Don't you realize what we got here? Cold War revived this chess match. Headlines in the Trib, Le Mans developed, the Times in LA, London, New York. This publicity could put our grandchildren through college.
Walter, I want some answers now. I just spent 45 minutes making a complete ass of myself.
Okay, what happened was Freddie Trumper Sweet, could you hold, please? Thank you. Okay, you got my undivided attention now. What is it?
What Freddie did today was not his style.
You're not suggesting I had anything to do with this argument.
You follow the slime, you find the slug.
It wasn't Walter, it was my idea.
See?
Okay, it's been a long day and it's not even 4 o'clock. I'm sorry, Walter.
It's all right, kid. Forget about it. I'll take this in the bedroom. Good luck, Florence.
Seriously, Freddie, what information could anyone possibly pass the guy in a cup of blueberry yogurt?
It was strawberry. Wait a second. Look, I'm down a pawn, right? But then I move the bishop, which means I sacrifice him down 2 pawns. Now watch closely, because I move the queen's rook and...
Just move the knight.
No, you haven't seen it yet. This is a beautiful sacrifice. Just watch. I move the rook and bam, 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 bam! A draw! Snatch from the jaws of defeat. Global headlines, Florence. Down 2 pawns, Trumper saves draw.
So that's why you pulled that stuff, do you?
God, I feel good! You know, nothing makes the mind kick in like a 19th
You were buying time to save the draw.
First, I thought he was just disguising that variation we used to defeat Milan.
Will you stop talking chess for 1 moment?
That was Vanity Fair, and we got the cover. Oh, Freddie, I'll call you later. I'm gonna see if I can set up a few more phone interviews. I'm telling you, this thing is big.
I'm losing my edge.
Oh, Florence, I'm going downstairs to the trade show. You can come along later if you feel like slumming.
Freddie, why did you cheat?
Answer
Answer me!
Get with the program! This is no ordinary game! I can't lose this match. I cannot do that, Florence.
Then you show up downstairs with a generous soul at 10.
Why should I?
He's apologizing.
You're kidding.
I wish I were.
Lassie, you are a genius!
I had nothing to do with this.
You wish you had nothing. Hey, whose side do you want here anyway?
I showed more class than you have ever shown me in your life.
I get it now. That Russian's got you younger, hasn't he? I saw those smoldering looks at the opening ceremony. You seem to be forgetting something here, Florence. These are the people who murdered your father.
Want to lose your only friend, keep it up, you're doing fine. Why risk humiliation? Why treat me like a fool? I'm taking shit for 7 years, I don't take it anymore.
I'm only teasing, so this. With gentle bon ami. And you compare the reason to be anti-fantasy. Now, how about here and now? Are you for me or for them? 1956. Budapest is rising.
so complicated. I still do not approve of this apology, but as you must know better than anyone, we should learn to allow for the whimsies of genius. Please come, sit down. Won't you join us? Thank you. You do not much care for me yet, but in the words of Gorby, we should all learn to respond to changing times. In your native Hungary, democracy is restored. In East Germany, the youth of Berlin have danced atop the wall, which will be sold shortly and shipped brick by brick to Arizona to keep your London Bridge company.
Good evening, Mr. Sergeyevsky. As you can see, I'm a little early.
Frederick Drummond, no man in their middle. Oh?
He's with his agent. He should be here momentarily.
Wonderful. The slaves the two of us might chat. Am I with
Yes, thank you. Do you have Perrier?
Dr. Pepper, Nicolas, Monte
Ice water, please.
Perhaps we should order another chair. I could use an elephant.
So I inquire after the specials. Ilya, how's the crowd?
Отличная.
The crowd's excellent tonight.
He's with you?
Hardly. He's with him.
I don't believe Valeryevich enjoys pointing out the lavish attention accorded Soviet chess heroes playing abroad.
Molotov, if you wish to eat soon, I suggest you make a phone call and inquire for our American friend.
It appears I must be going to the men's room. Miss Lassie, excuse me.
Miss Vassie, I must take this moment. As a much younger man, I read your father's book. You must know the extraordinary impact he had on a generation of Soviet players.
Thank you. It means a great deal to me.
Although my telling you this must give you a special insight into my style of life.
There isn't much you can surprise me with now.
And with Freddie Trumper, don't you find yourself doing Ted? I'm sorry. That was tactless. It was just that I know you had nothing whatsoever to do with these speeches about the yoga.
What makes you think Freddie and I aren't in complete agreement?
From the look in his eyes, and the look in yours. He was afraid of losing, wasn't he?
Freddie is not afraid of
As his second, you have no choice but to defend him. Please believe me when I tell you I've never cheated in my life. Right, not at chess, anyway.
Then why are you apologizing tonight?
I have no intention of apologizing.
And why are we here?
We are here to meet each other.
У вас есть соль.
Excuse me, but Freddie is coming here to discuss the continuation of a chess match.
У вас есть соль.
What is he saying?
He says you have beautiful eyes. Look, I know it's difficult for us to trust each other. We
У
just
вас
met.
есть соль.
He asked for the salt. You talk about trust. I have no reason to trust you at all.
Nor I do. You said Freddie would be here, and he's not. You came so early to our meeting. What's your motive? What's going on here? You could be working for Molotov, for all I know.
Perhaps Freddie is on the terrace. Excuse me. This is the one situation I want you most to avoid. Nothing I say will convince him this isn't a trick.
A dream on a clear moonlit night. I relax. She smiles. There's something peculiar going on.
So through no fault of my own, I give it way over my head, and my wrist outnumbered.
Now she can't be working for them. I'm in us. She seems so very straightforward. But where is
He has to show up. He wouldn't desert me. Perhaps he would.
maybe he's scared, just as scared as he was in the
I just I want it most to avoid.
My dear opponent, I really can't imagine why.
You think I'm a dangerous wife. Well,
You're not dangerous, but think that of you.
You are so strange. Why can't you be what you want to be? You should be
receiving and bringing together my
For you've managed to make me forget why I ever agreed to this farce.
I don't know why I think of anything. I would rather do than be spending my time with
Who'd ever think it? Such a very pretty setting. Tell me what's the betting? Very pretty plotting too. No matter, I've done all your work for you.
I'm sorry. It shouldn't happen.
Who'd ever guess your daughter in collaboration with the very nation gave her father 33 where Daddy Bill in the KGB. Spasi's made you realize how wrong that was. Please accept my apology for hitting over during the match. Taking no apology, Sakieski. This is personal.
Friendship.
The match is on, and you be there tomorrow.
Wonderful! We've all made that.
Let's go, Florence. This party is over.
I'm telling you, this is big.
It's an interesting gambit, my friend.
Freddie, what kind of fool do you think I am? Do you think I don't know what he's up to? He's using me to upset you.
And he's doing a very good job.
I promise you this will never happen again. I've apologized a dozen times. I don't know what else to say.
I don't know what else to believe.
Miss Bassi,
Yes, what is it?
I believe there's a call for you to your room. You can take it here on the house.
Go, take the call.
Take it easy, champ. We can't let these cheap psychological toys get to us like this.
Yes, this is Florence Bassett. It was a call for me.
Mr. Trumper,
I don't quite know how to ask this.
Give it a shot.
May I have your autograph, please?
you're Malakov's assistant.
I am also a chess fan.
Please write to Nikolai.
No, K, N-I-K. Mademoiselle Bassi, the hotel management is always delighted to be of service.
Hello.
It's me.
Why are you calling me?
I'm in the front lobby, Florence. I need to see you.
Anatoly, we are opponents in a game the whole world is watching. Please don't call me again.
There must be 20 million Nikolais in the Soviet Union, Freddie. We should find a way to penetrate that market.
And who was that? It was him, wasn't it?
We have to keep our minds on the match.
You couldn't even wait until you got back to your room.
Freddie, I didn't call him, he called me. And I told him I never wanted to see him again, I swear it.
It's hard for me to imagine you getting yourself into this position. I mean, he's my opponent after all. If I didn't know you better, I would say it almost seems like sabotage.
Florence, what do you think you're doing?
no easy way for me to tell you this.
Why did you come here? I can't be seen with you.
Florence, I didn't know until tonight I needed to change my mind.
You're talking like a crazy man. We don't even know each other.
I know. I saw you with Mom. I saw your father's spirit in you. You are a courageous woman, an extraordinary woman. And I can't deny I'm falling in love with you.
I'm telling you, you were confused by someone who has not been kissed in a long time. I'm not the person you're talking about.
You are the person I kissed.
I'm not the person you're talking to.
And who are you?
I can't be that woman in the restaurant. Please. Oh, darling. We are from different countries, different worlds. Even if it were possible, there's no future in this.
I believe you could feel something for me, even if you can't admit it to yourself right now. I saw the way trouble treats you. Maybe after this match is over and we're no longer opponents, perhaps you'll give me a chance then.
There's no chance for us, Anatoly.
There's no chance for Trooper! He finished!
We're here in the World Chess Association. The days of this time is completion and first draw. Last game. So Queen. I was on top of those
Don't worry, that's pretty. He's got some reason behind it. Just wait.
The score in the World Chess Federation Championship now stands at 2 victories to 1, with 1 draw.
And to the second result on display, we should also appears to have won the championship against us. Trumper has continued to play his usual
Why, this
back.
thing is turning into a mess.
He goes better than we thought.
After the second week of competition, the score now stands at 3 victories to 1,
Welcome back to
with 3
Freetown.
draws.
You might be shocked at some of the presentation of Trumper time against the team that's so easy to game. It's wrong.
And this one appears to be a matter of time.
Here are the quickest set of studies of your now stands at 4 victories to 1, with 4 draws. In today's game, Mr. Geske plays white. You take care, you come right, rest of the heading blind you, and you're wrong to forget, you got the country behind you.
You're a fool if you think you can wave a flag and inspire such a magic action. If I want bad enough, then it's in the bag. If I don't, you're a mere distraction.
You taught me, baby, how to view and acquire what their heart's desire. In practice, things here, they'll help, but not as much as wanting will.
No contest, baby, pay no mind to reputation. You want concentration, well then if you want the floor, it's 'cause I want it a little more.
You can win, you can lose. Take away our possession. You can win, or you lose. And the beauty is a passion.
See my eyes, are they sing? Are they even sing? Are they more what they seem to dream?
You don't know, you can't tell what they should be playing. These are eyes that are going to beat you.
Don't ever tell me I don't know the way to play. Do I have to say it? Doesn't matter what he tries, I have it. You can see it in his eyes. No contest, baby, better than you should say. When it's in the lane, but we both already know you lost in a war and I have a go.
Mr. Trump will resign the score now stands at 5 victories to 1 in favor of the challenger.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. One more victory, and Anatoly Sergeyevsky will be the new chess champion of the world.
So you got what you want. What a nasty ambition.
Set me up, pull me down, then exploit my condition. Who'd ever think it's such a sport that will let me watching you descending just as far as you can go? I'm learning things I didn't want to know.
I'm going back to New York.
Let her go. You don't need her, Mary. You've almost won. She has served her purpose.
Get your hands off me.
Now the fighting with it.
He said we all deserve a drink.
When I was 9, I learned survival, taught myself not to play. I was my single good companion, taking my comfort there. Up in my room, I planned my conquests on my own, never asked for a helping hand, and no one would understand. I never asked the pair who fought below, just in case they said no. Pity the child who has ambition, knows what he wants to do, knows that he'll never fit the system others expect him to. Pity the child who knew his parents, saw the faults, saw the love die before his eyes. Pity the child that wise. He never asked, did I cause your distress? Just in case they said yes. When I was 12, my father moved out, left with a whimper, not with a shout. I didn't miss him, he made it perfectly clear. I was a fool and probably queer. Oh, that I was, I thought this was free. Those he had left closer together. She made a move the moment he crawled away. I was the last woman told she never let her bed get cold. Someone who did, I shut my door. Someone who treated her just the same way as before. I took a road of least resistance. I had my game to play. I had the skill and more the hunger, easy to get away. Pity the child was also 12. No escape from the ties that bind, always a step behind. I never called to tell her all I'd done. I was only her son. Pity the child, but not forever, not if he stays that way. He can get all he ever wanted if he's prepared to pay. It's not Freddie at all.
Hello, Florence. From Lux Stantos Parks. Phone up.
He's defecting, Florence.
I hate that word defecting. Let's just say I'm moving to a new address.
I have lots of people in immigration.
But it's very little time. I have no choice. I'm applying to the American Embassy for immigrant status.
Could you have waited 1 day?
Yes, I could have, I suppose, but you could not.
My reasons for leaving are different from yours.
Our reasons come from separate, Florence. You and I have held ourselves back without even knowing why. You said we could live in the world, but we are in the same world now.
I told you I can't commit to this.
Our strangely life works itself out. You said we had no future together. I can't imagine a future without you. You're the only future I have left to imagine.
Sergeyevsky, they need to speak to you on the phone.
Florence, I must go for a moment. Stay right where you are. Don't leave. Please.
If you were alone, I should live alone every second I want. Unlike you, did I know where he'd lead me to? Did I plan doing all this for the love of a man? Well, I let it happen anyhow. I knew
Oh, by the way, I will expect you to give me inside information on this game.
We'll need a hotel room for that.
Is that what you ever think about?
Chess? No.
Ladies and gentlemen, an extraordinary development here at the World Chess Championship. Just one victory away from the title, the Soviet Anatoly Sergeyevsky appears to have defected to the West for the love of his opponent's second, Miss Florence Massey. Let's listen in while the couple meets the press.
Mr. Sergeyevsky, why now? I'm the Laszlo.
Has your mother anything to do with the collapse of British interestigate Miss Massey?
Don't answer her!
Walter, how did the media find out?
I told him.
Why?
You don't think I helped Sergeyevsky out of the goodness of my heart, do you? He promised us a week's postponement. A little time to get Freddie back to the speech.
But why call the press?
Publicity.
It's such a hopeful time in East-West relations. Why defect now?
I'm not defecting. I have no further comments.
Your way of denouncing that's true.
I denounce nothing. This is no political subject at all. I want to listen to the time.
Maybe it's defense. Failure will help you.
Indeed, it expects me to be talking to exile my mom.
Such a delight.
I be studying and really knows aspects of life.
Finish the match.
What's happening is not now.
It should be a taxi special significance to your picking fans, and a different decision as far as again.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, the Soviet Union has a completely open immigration policy. Sergeyevsky, you are leaving your homeland not as a hero, but as a traitor.
I denounce nothing. No one.
No madness, no man sad, our may prevail and possess. Loving her, my country's heart, may rise to fail. She is eternal, long before nations' lines were drawn. When no flags flew, when no army stood, motherland was born. And you ask me why I love her, words death and despair. She is the constant. We who don't care, and you
He's not here.
Where is he?
I don't know. Nobody's seen him since 6:30 last night. I guess he saw you and Antonia on television.
He's missing? We have to call the police.
No! We can't afford that kind of publicity.
Walter, we have to find him. He doesn't know Van
I'm sorry, Florence. He's alone on this one. conversations taken a back seat at times, no? So no regrets.
I regret that Freddie was hurt. My only other regret is not meeting you sooner.
7 whole days, we go for Molotov. It's almost as if I'm in America already. We're staying at the hotel where the tour group pros will come up. Down the block is not only a Burger King, but a Popeye chicken. And we are driving a Hertz rent-a-car Ford Escort.
Of course, the big change is the nationality of my bodyguards. They're American now. Hello.
Oh, yes, yes, she's still so. Let him go! This is a friend of mine!
They're okay? Yes, I tell you, these are good friends from Moscow. Что вы тут делаете? You'd like to know why you tried to hurt him.
Tell him we're sorry, Anatoly. We got a job to do. We're just trying to do it.
Why don't you ask your friends how they got their plane tickets to Bangkok?
You come from Dolly, don't you, stranger? One must be looking at Dolly.
Get along, James, Bangkok.
Светлана, какой
Only приятно повторять.
He's a soldier from my school, yeah.
Goodbye.
I would like to be alone.
I'm sorry, but you're under our supervision while you're here in Bangkok.
I don't think I'm going to be kidnapped in the next 20 minutes. May I please enjoy my basic human right to privacy?
All right. Let's leave him alone.
Just don't leave town, partner.
My wife is a friend.
The name is Svetlana.
This is Molotov's doing.
They've started everything.
You'll stop at nothing to drive me home.
Are you going to see her?
Should I see her alone?
This is your life, Anatoly, not mine.
We're not playing a game of chess.
Ooh.
I don't love her.
You married her.
Years ago.
And years ago, you loved her. This is an all too familiar scene. Life imperceptibly coming between those whose love is as strong as it could or should be.
Nothing has altered.
Everything's changed.
No one stands still. Still I love you completely and always will. Why do we need to put love into words, causing confusion? We protest this way. We are sure in vain. Come to no conclusion.
I'd give the world to stay just as we are. It's better than not to be true lies, not to be lies. With its truth, there will be lies. We've seen it all, chasing our heart's desire. Yet we go on
Believing nothing can harm us. This is forever.
You knew better than me where your ambitions would take us. I
like ours have happy endings.
What is left to say?
I am not surprised. Our friends in Moscow were, but then they had not yet heard the explanation.
I've done many things I'm not proud of, Svetlana, but I've never lied to you.
Is she beautiful? Is she rich?
No.
But she dresses well.
Is that the question?
No! Are you happy? Is she?
Svetlana, I love you.
That wasn't what I asked. That wasn't what I wanted to know! It is good to see you again. It is always a pleasure to seek my husband.
Svetlana, things will get worse for her before they get better. I have some money for her. Can you give it to her? I don't think she will take it from me. Why not wait and see? She will be staying in Bangkok for the rest of the match. I don't think that's a very good idea.
No one cares what you think!
Sergeyevsky, you have no concept of the gravity of what you've done. Tens of thousands of young people trying to build a new Russia, and this is the example you set?
But tens of thousands have emigrated. What does one more matter?
There are people in high places who apparently care very much about the defection of the nation's chess champion. It reflects badly on our reforms. If you continue in your present course, Svetlana Ivanovna will be forced to lose her apartment. And your brother's son. There is a housing shortage in Rubinsk. He and his wife will be forced to move to a smaller apartment. And your brother's son, how old is he? 5, is he not?
Why can't you just leave us alone?
As you say, Sergeyevsky, the world is changing, only not as fast as you think. I want to leave this room now with your promise to return to Moscow when the match is over. How long have you known me? How long have you watched me play chess? What makes you think I'm going to back down now? One little move, affecting so many people's lives. You have taken on a most unpleasant enemy.
Who needs a dream? Who needs ambition? Who'd be the fool in my position? Once I had dreams, now they're obsessions. Hopes become needs, lovers' possessions, love them. We've seen it all. Been down this road before, but we go on
Pretending stories like ours have happy endings.
The bridge over the River Kwai. How did that spot for midnight rendezvous?
Actually, it's the Chalkaya River. Thanks for seeing me, Freddie.
7 years is a long time. Oh, my disappointed old
You
friend.
played well today.
I played all right, your man stank.
We had some nice moves during the exchange of
He
knives.
stank for 43 moves and then he lost.
He did stick, didn't he?
You've obviously not been helping him much with his game.
How were your bruises?
You mean the ones on my face? I guess you could say I hit bottom, Florence. And I found out the bottom's not so bad, really, when you get right down to it. Live and learn. Isn't that the Russian saying?
Freddie, I need a favor.
A
I can't wait for this.
The Soviets want him back. They're making terrible threats against his family. They've even flown his wife in from Moscow.
How awkward for him.
This problem is serious, Freddie. You and I have nothing to do with it. He's asked for one postponement already. He can't ask for another.
So you want me to ask for it?
Only for a week. Just enough time for him to get back on his feet like he gave you.
I really got a hand to you, Florence. Now I know why you are the best chess second in the business. He's beaten us.
He lost today for reasons having nothing to do with his game.
So what if I did ask? There's no guarantee the arbiter would accept.
I know.
It'd have to be a hell of a reason.
I won't try, Freddie. Do it for me. Because I'm asking.
You got it, baby. You asked. But when he comes back, I want his best game. Because I plan to stage the greatest comeback in the history of World Championship play. And when I keep my title, I don't want anybody saying I beat a man who was king already.
Someday I'd like to explain why all this happened.
I think I know already.
I fell in love with him, Freddie.
I guess I should have paid a little more attention. Anyway, he's got a week to get his act together. And then you tell him for me. Do you promise to tell him what I'm about to say?
Yes, I promise.
You tell him the legend is back.
The events are unfolding with blinding speed here at the World Chess Championship. Yesterday's game, the first since Anatoly Sergeyevsky's stunning defection to the West a week ago, produced a smashing victory for the American Frederick Trumper. And yet here we are outside the arbiter's suite, awaiting a surprise public meeting between the arbiter and the champion. We've just received word that Freddie Trumper is arriving now.
Morning, everybody! Let's put the pedal to the metal!
You appear in fine petal, Mr. Trumper. I trust you can keep this brief.
I need a week's postponement.
Mr. Trumper, hasn't this match had enough distractions already?
A week or so ago, I had an unfortunate encounter with 12 or 14 hoodlums in the back streets of Bangkok. Ever since, I've had these splitting headaches. Now, it doesn't seem unreasonable to me that if my opponent can get a week's postponement, that I can't get the same.
From you, I have come to expect the unexpected. I will retire to my chambers and deliberate.
Freddie, why ask for a postponement now? I'm just ready to return.
What I say, tell me, take my day, tell me, got it wrong, he's washed up, and it's me, in pole position, trying to lose, tell them I'm on the road, flying high, working on his demolition. I know that I've gone now, but all they want is a show. Relax, alright, I'll be there for time. SRO, sorry, kids, no more questions. I feel a migraine coming on. Walter, when the decision comes down, give me a buzz. Right.
We did our best.
Pardon me?
We tried every tactic we could think of to bring him home. I am personally being held responsible for his departure. So I come to you, Mr. De Courcy, with a proposition.
Oh, yeah?
This letter contains a study of financial opportunities for American chess interests in our country. My contacts tell me now, don't be modest, that you could be just the man to spearhead our commercial opening to the West.
Sounds like a must-read. I'll put it on the top of my stack.
My dear De Courcy, this is not a moment to be coy. We are aware that you have certain friends in Washington. For obvious reasons, I cannot contact them directly. But in the words of President Bush, read my lips. We don't care whether Sergeyevsky wins or loses. We only want him back.
No promises, Molotov. I'll I'll see what I can do.
Florence has told me what Freddie's done. I don't want him making this request.
Attention, please, to the auditor's announcement.
Mr. Trumpa claims to be suffering from headaches as the result of a beating. His convincing victory in Game 8 suggests to me that he is fully recovered from his injuries. Mr. DeGorsay, here are 2 aspirin and a glass of water. On me. I suggest you may take them before the game tomorrow. Request for postponement denied.
You have your game tomorrow. Prepare to lose.
Each game of chess means there's one less variation left to play. Each day got through means 1 or 2 less mistakes remain to be made.
Ben, you were right. They're ready to talk about Sergeyevsky.
Good work, Walter. So we've got a game. What are they asking for?
I don't want to get involved in negotiations. Just give me a few hours to hammer out my own deal with Molotov. Then you can give them a call. By that time, Moscow ought to be ready to rock and roll.
The Battle of Bangkok has continued to dominate headlines around the world. Ever since the love match and defection of Florence Massey and Anatoly Sergeyevsky, TV ratings for the chess game have skyrocketed. Trump restricted victories is his generation. Sergeyevsky's place is half partisan and his Trump is the only person that's eager to pay off. All cancer meeting on Tony's silence and his social play. Sergeyevsky's legal skill defending has nothing at stake to its results.
Mr. Trumpa's victory today leaves the score at 5 wins for Mr. Sergeyevsky, 5 for Mr. Trumpa, with 4 draws. The match is even. One more victory on either side will produce a world title.
So good it lasts eternally. Perfect situations must go wrong. Oh, this has He's been gone all afternoon.
Folio is familiar with waiting in lines. Fortunately, he has always had tremendous patience. Perhaps willpower would be a better term. I remember the first year we were together, but then you are not interested in that. How is Anatoly?
He's been trying to get his immigration finalized in the embassy for days. We followed him straight by midnight and has recognized the phone rings at 4 a.m. He's becoming distracted and paranoid, even with me.
Forgive me, Miss Bassi, but you must know. You will say that I have selfish reasons for telling you this, but there have been others before you. Anatoly is a hopeless romantic. You are not his favorite. You are only the first woman he has defected for.
There is nothing you could do or say that could shake my love for Anatoly.
If there was, then your love would not be worth much, would it? Anatoly.
Scotch!
Are you all right? I expected you hours ago.
A strange man came up to me in the street just now, so my brother's son has been hurt in an accident. Don't worry, he said he's only very frightened, so are his parents. It couldn't have been much worse than anybody. Yes, call my brother and my nephew. Talk to little Misha. I'm sorry, Florence, this is important.
I will go back to my hotel to make the call.
Thank you, Svetlana. I appreciate this favor tremendously.
You're welcome, Anatoly. I will be going now. Goodbye, Miss Lassie.
Another.
This is awful.
Those bastards won't leave us alone. Meanwhile, the Americans don't seem to want me at all. 5 hours today, I spent in that visa line only to be sent to another line where so-and-so was at lunch. And then so-and-so was ill and won't be back for the rest of the day.
Tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it.
What's my mother doing here? What did she tell you? She's the only person they could use to get to you.
Anatoly, there's no one who should trust more than me. My father died fighting the enemies you're fighting now. We can't watch your family being hurt because of something we did. We'll start a campaign in the media. We won't let them intimidate us like this.
Oh, it's my problems have nothing to do with us and everything to do with where I come from.
We're not in the Soviet Union anymore! If it weren't for our love for each other, none of this would be happening.
You're right. They're in the West now. We must move on with our lives together. We'll find a new 2 countries, Switzerland and Monaco. Only first there's something I must do wrong. I love you, Florence.
I love you too.
Nice, Freddie. Any chance we can get him up against this Buddha?
Get more foul than my shoes. Thanks. Wonderful. Keep moving. Come on, Freddie. Blast those pearls.
Siekierski, the hotel, they said I'd find you here.
No pictures. He didn't come to have his picture taken.
Hey, give me that.
Can we talk alone? Of course. Florence and I would love Freddie if we want to stay together after this match.
Do tell.
Fortunately, I do not seem to be able to travel freely in the West. My own government has chosen to harass my family, my friends at home. I can't let this continue. This is why I won't be playing in the match tomorrow. Congratulations on retaining the title. You're a great champion.
Wait a minute. Hey, come back here, Siekierski. I don't plan on backing into this title.
You were with Florence for the better part of 7 years. I thought you of all people would understand.
If you walk out, you won't be able to live with yourself.
I have no choice.
Yes, you do. You can try to beat me tomorrow. What? Gorbachev wouldn't welcome home the world's top player? Go for it, man. Give me your best shot.
I wanted your best game too. Maybe someday.
This was Florence's idea, wasn't it? She told you to forfeit the match. Well, I am telling you, man, do not do it.
You don't understand! The rest of the world isn't like America! But if the only way for Florence and I to stay together is for us to disappear.
You're afraid, aren't you? You don't think you can beat me? Right, tougher. Siekierski, tell her she doesn't have to stay with a loser! God damn it.
This is awful.
us.
Good morning, America. We're back in Bangkok, Thailand, where it's sudden death near the World Chess Championship. After exactly 1 month of head-to-head competition, it's all tied up in winner take all. The next man to win a game becomes the chess champion of the world. But the big news, minutes before game time, the challenger, the former Soviet Anatoly Sergeyevsky, is nowhere to be found.
That's just to be here. Does he understand? There are no such
After it won't win the game, but when all the rules are respected, and the rules are the same for a champion or for a novice. No shot, no dice, no appeal, no exception, no.
Do you think he knows what it's gonna cost him?
Does the player exist in any human endeavor?
Do you think he cares what it's gonna cost him?
It's been known to resist, aspiring to fame and possessions, threatened to cut off supplies, and you'll come out to play.
He's a broken man. Good as back in Moscow. We could extol tawdry and true about me. Shooting the soul, chasing some spurious starlight, trinkets in airports sufficient to lead them off to certainty. Everybody suffer.
No expert in chess, but hazard his prognostication.
Everybody suffer.
The late Mr. S has better chances of winning the Kentucky Derby than taking this title to
That little creep. Everybody suffers. You don't see the jerk. Even Bobby said, There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Frederick Trumper retains his world chess title in a match with as much drama as any in living memory. Already the world is screaming for a rematch between the American chess legend and the unheralded Soviet who defected just one victory away from the title and never won another game. This just in, the valiant but defeated challenger has disappeared. Anatoly Sergeyevsky has failed to follow the champion into the hotel lobby for the post-match press conference. We have a few moments before that event. We're taking you now live to Washington for reaction from the Capitol.
Only crowded streets through dirty taxi windows, the inside of hotel rooms. But then, I never imagined I would come to Bangkok at all.
You've been extraordinarily kind, Svetlana.
Perhaps things can be different between us, Anatolia. Perhaps we too can find a new beginning.
There can be no beginning between us. We can only be friends. But we must be friends always.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. When I called your brother, he told me that nothing has happened to little Misha at all. No one felt frightened at all. Times continue to change. The conspiracy you imagined was only a fantasy. I will see you on board. I almost didn't come my mouth where I could have goodbyes. I brought you a runaway present. The White Queen. It's hand-carved marble. You perhaps should have thought you should take it home with you.
Lovely Florence, you know that. Yesterday before the match, I quickly walked away. I found Freddie and told him, but I couldn't tell you. Instead, as I lay there watching you sleep, I wondered, who am I in your life? In the morning, I realized I'm a chess player. It's grown impossible for me to play chess in the West. I cannot leave Russia now, any more than I could ask you to come to Moscow and live with me.
You're returning to your life. I've accepted that.
Have you?
No.
Florence, can't we see each other again? You could not give me more than gave me. I don't know why I'm standing by, watching this happen.
I won't look back anymore. I do just for more.
No, Miss Vassy, it's only his faithful second. It is a profound thing to see a man sacrifice his great love for the sake of his chess-playing sanity.
What does the future hold for him now?
Bright prospects, I am happy to say. Despite his loss, Sergeyevsky returns to Moscow a hero. A rematch with Trumper is a very real possibility. Therefore, I have been given the opportunity to hold a seat for you on this plane, Florence. I can also offer you your own apartment in Moscow, if you so desire. And on a personal note, I hope you accept the offer. Apartments in Moscow are as scarce as hen's teeth.
Is any Anatolia's mistress or mistress of the Soviet Union?
It has been a genuine pleasure.
So in the end, our hero won. Surprised us all, he played as well as he has ever done.
No surprise.
And then Anatolia's going back to the Soviet Union. Seems he's unable to win, despite the added thrill of changing sides. Don't you have a single word to say?
No, you wouldn't listen anyhow. And what I'm feeling now has an easy explanation. Hasn't this been a great achievement? Losing your man and nothing in return.
Well, we knew the Russians would offer a gambit sooner or later.
So what was the gambit, Walter? That Anatoly and I fell in love?
Actually, there was an exchange. Something you didn't see.
What are you talking about?
The Russians and the Americans cut a deal. We agreed to make Sergeyevsky's life miserable in the West. And they agreed to some kind of concession or trade-off or something. Sergeyevsky thought the Soviets were pulling him home, and actually it was us driving him away. Wake up, Florence. While you're playing out your romantic fantasies, a lot bigger games were going on.
Who told you this?
I'm the guy who brokered the deal. I set Moscow up with a couple of friends of mine in Washington.
You son of a bitch! You Judas! What did you get out of it?
Access to the largest chess market in the world, Russia. I'm telling you, this is big. I might even get to produce the rematch in Moscow. Trump or Sergeyevsky, too.
Does Freddie know all this?
You and I know Freddie's not much good for anything except pushing pieces around a chessboard. Come on, Florence. I'm just a businessman. I can't do everything for him. Freddie doesn't expect anything to be like it was. He only knows now that he needs you. You need your inspiration. Maybe you need his. He's waiting outside the limo. Oh, I took the liberty of having your luggage packed. I hope you don't mind.
Bring me my luggage, Walter.
What do you need him here for?
Bring me my luggage, then get out of my sight. Do you hear me? Get out of my sight! Long way in someone else's lifetime.